Hello, I'm Colie Otzel. Welcome to America's Salon Academy, the podcast. I believe that success leaves clues, so listen closely as I discuss life and business with some of the world's best hair artists. My guest for today is originally from Cuba. She is a vibrant color expert based in Las Vegas. She has over 11 years of experience and is nationally recognized. She is an industry leader for her hair color transformations on textured hair and continues to pave the way with her artistic flair and creative techniques. My guest for today is Leysa CARRILLO. How are you today?
Hi. That sounds so good.
So, you're originally from Cuba. How did you find your way all the way to Las Vegas?
Yes, I was born and raised in Cuba, and at the age of 22, I moved to Las Vegas to be a performer in one of the shows on the street. So I grew up as a professional dancer. I did ballet, contemporary dance, and a little bit after high school, I found myself in one of the biggest shows in Cuba, and that show allowed me to travel the world and be on the biggest stages and stuff like that. And one day we got a contract to come to Las Vegas. So I came to Las Vegas to be a performer.
Wow.
And yeah, that's it.
That's really interesting. What did your parents do for a living?
My mom and dad, they were involved on the military life, but they're both lawyers. And my dad, believe it or not, he was the sheriff of my city for many, many years. So I grew up being that kid that everybody know who your dad is. And I would walk around like, oh, okay, hi. Or you cannot do anything wrong because everybody's looking at you.
You were always in the spotlight.
Yes. So I grew up with a lot of restrictions, a lot of discipline. It was just different, I would say.
Wow. Yeah, that is really interesting. So would you say your original plan or goal was to be a performer or a dancer?
No, I mean, my parents never wanted me to do that, but I was the only artistic person in my whole family. So my brother is a mechanic engineer. He's a pastry chef. Like, I mean, everybody in my family was just like really book smart. And I always was the one singing on the corner, entertaining people when they would come to the house, and the loud, the spikes, I was just everything in once. And I remember one day I broke a big mirror that my mom has on the wall. I was spinning around and I kicked it and it broke in a million pieces. And after that, she was like, you know what? I'm going to take you to that school where you can learn how to dance because this is unbelievable. So they didn't want me to do that. Over there is really different than here. Here you pay for your kids to be, I don't know, if they want to play an instrument or they want to do dance or stuff like that. Over there, because the political situation, education is free. So in order for you to become a dancer, I don't know, a football player, some sort of artistic or sport, you have to submit yourself in like a charter school.
Okay.
And you have to live on the school. So over here, you go to a charter school where you have money, right? Over there, no. Over there is go through a selection. So you have to go through many different auditions and only make it to the school the people that really have the ability to become a dancer or become a football player or become...
Wow.
Yes, so it's really strict. It's the whole country. So audition to get to the school. So there is maybe 20 spots, I don't know, in first grade, 20 spots in second grade, like to put an example like that. So you have to literally, it's really hard to make it. So they knew they would be really hard for me because I had to compete with the whole country. But believe it or not, I made it. Wow. I made it through, and I live on the school since I was 7 years old. So I live by my own since I was 7 years old.
Oh my goodness. What a story. Holy moly. So when did you start really getting into hair?
I mean, that was basically a coincidence, and I never expected. The last show I did was Cirque du Soleil, and as a dancer, my formal training was different. So when I started doing cirque, I started using different muscles on my body. I started doing aerial. I started doing things that my body wasn't used to it. So I was getting strong, but at the same time, I was getting hurt. Because some of those people that do circ, they start at an early age. That makes sense. So I got hurt really bad, and that didn't allow me to continue, be so open to participate in different shows and stuff like that. So my limitations were bigger, and I was just trying to find something else to do. I opened the newspaper because back then that's what we were looking for when you need job or schools, right? And
Okay.
I went to college too, and everything was so expensive. And I can afford college, it's so much. I'm by
Yes.
myself here in America, so I was like, oh, what to do, what to do. I always was that kind of friend helping everybody, braiding the hair, doing updos and styles. Because my hair was difficult, I have a big
Yeah.
afro. So I figured it out on my own. And I was just kind of that friend always, in a show business, there is a bunch of girls together in a dressing room. So we was always like, doing a show that's made out of hair. So I was just that good friend, helping everybody. And my friends were the one like, Leysa, I think you should try that. I did one of my best friend's wedding hair, and I practiced it for 3 months, and that wedding hair came out so beautiful. After that, I started believing that, oh, maybe I can do this too, right?
Wow.
And I opened the newspaper, was this super cheap school, was really cheap. And that's it. I decided to do hair because it was cheap.
Yeah.
It was like a cheap school to go to, and that's it. That was the only reason I started doing it.
And it really clicked for you. So you were naturally talented.
Yes. And also, once again, I have so much discipline. So I put a lot of me too.
Yeah.
I was kind of natural talented, but I took so many outside education. I would come home and I would stay away till 10 p.m., 11 p.m. just doing hair, figured out why things weren't the way, I kind of like got to see at the school, right? Another thing, by then my English wasn't good enough. So
Okay.
I would go through the classes, but I wouldn't understand the whole 100%. So I would come home and I would open the books and study again. The thing, I was so fascinated with color because I would study a lot, like chemistry behind color, like all those books that nobody opens, the color books, they have all the color swatches and stuff like that. I would eat those books from top to bottom. Like I would read
Yeah.
every little molecular. I was like super into understanding,
Yeah.
and that helped me too.
I was also the same way. I consider myself to be like a hair nerd when everybody else was like, socializing or doing something, smoking or coffee or whatever it was. Like I was still in the books even after I had my license, and I would just like study, study, study. So I relate to that very much.
Oh, totally, totally. I was just like, I have to do this because I was like, I don't get half of the stuff.
Yeah.
At the school, I was like, if I don't get this on my own, I'm trying to like go through it.
Yeah. So you had some real obstacles to overcome, especially, being from a different country and then you're being hurt and then you had to like change your vision and then, not English not being your first language. You had a lot of obstacles to overcome and you've come so far.
I mean, I didn't even know anything in English. Like when I moved here, I was about to be 22, and only thing I knew was like, good morning, water. I want this. Like maybe my vocabulary was so small, I cannot even tell you. And
Wow.
yeah, so I learned English with you guys, basically, like on the streets, trying to go back on movies and go back again and read it again, books and music. And my friends laugh because there is so many music that I listened to that I was hearing something different than what the words were really saying.
Yeah.
And if I don't know, if I get next to you and we sing in a song, you would look at me like, oh, what do you mean? That's not what the song says, but that's what my ears were hearing, right, Miss Lee?
Yes.
So it's funny, but I mean, I love challenge, and I
Yeah.
had such a good experience since the day one I moved to America. Like I'm basically living my American dream, and I'm so excited.
Oh, that's so wonderful to hear. So if there was somebody coming through in a similar situation, what advice would you give them?
The first one would be do not feel less, and do not give up. I felt left out. I felt less many million times. And I had to just talk to myself and be like, hey, Leysa, believe it or not, you've been in 17 different countries before you came here. You,
Yeah.
believe it or not, you speak one language, you understand other two, and you're trying to speak English. Like, don't let those fears to stop you from being who you are, and tell the people who you are, and
Yeah.
believe in yourself. I mean, I think coming to a different country or not speaking the language, it shouldn't be any reason for anybody to not do what they want to do. I think
Yeah.
that's just life, and if you pick to move here, that's the reason. You have to overcome that. Okay, of course, it's not going to be easy, but it's just, it's in you. I think it's everything is in you, and
Yeah.
just believe in yourself. I will put that out there for sure.
Yeah, I love that. A lot of times on this podcast, we talk about obstacles or fears, that people have to overcome, because the message is really that we all have fears. We all have things we have to overcome. And it's about having the push, the perseverance, and knowing that the fears are just there to sort of motivate us. So, and I think you've spoken so beautifully on all of those things, and you have a very different story that I'm sure a lot of people could relate to. And so I appreciate you really opening up and explaining those things to us.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And I talk to these things all the time, even on my classes. I always say to people, guys, even when I finish beauty school, I clean the salon that I work today. Like, I
Yeah.
was the cleaning lady in my salon. Like, I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to do to get where you want to be, just do it. You
Yeah.
shouldn't put, any stigma that stop you from being you and get to your goals. That makes sense. So I knew that I want to work in that salon. I knew that was the best salon in Las Vegas. So I knew that I had to do whatever it takes to be there. So if that means cleaning the floor, I did clean the floor, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
I always tell people that, like, just don't discourage anything. There is not any job that is less.
Yeah.
Start from the bottom, because that you're going to feel better. You're going to be okay. I start from the bottom and now I'm here.
Yeah.
It just, that gives you so much courage.
Yeah. You're such an inspiration. Wow. Those words are so powerful.
Thank you.
So I would love to hear a little bit more about some things that you have coming up in your future. I know you have some exciting things coming up. So tell us a little bit about what you have, that maybe if you have some education that the listeners could attend, or what's going on with you.
I mean, it's been 3 amazing years with education. Like, I never thought that education would take me this far. I never thought that I would love it as much as I do. And now I'm that kind of person that, my goals become priority. And then after that is like, what is next? I grew up with nothing ever was given to me. I always have to fight for things. So I'm always putting challenge to myself. And I always trying to look, how can I, grow, and how can I do more? So this year I create this non-profit foundation that is so dear to my heart. And the reason why, because, I came from a third world country. I'm really poor. I
Yeah.
go every year, and that keep me really grounded. Like, I see my people, I see the struggle every single year. I try to go twice or once. My dad still live there, and I was always giving her cats for free. I was always donating for kids and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, so I should make a foundation. So I create a nonprofit foundation that is called the World Humanitarian by Leysa. And I'm planning to go to 3 to 4 different countries all over Latin America. And I just want to educate for free. I just want to give back to the Latin community. And that's one of my biggest goals for 2020.
Yeah.
So I would take some stylists along my way with me, and we're just going to go to countries and to her shows or whatever. And we're just going to teach for free and share with the people that they have needs and they can afford to pay for education or come to America to get educated. And Forever Cross education has been amazing. I had the best almost 3 years now of my life sharing with so many individuals on the road.
Yeah.
Hasn't been easy. It's been really hard. I organize everything myself. My assistant, oh my God, bless her heart. She helped me so much. And I mean, they both gonna be, one of my biggest goals for 2020. So on 2020, with the Forever Cross Education, I'm adding hands-on. I'm adding cutting, color, styling, like everything you need to know with, to improve your texture hair game.
Yeah.
And you won't leave the room without feeling inspired, powerful, regarding texture hair, and you will be able to do anybody the section you share. That's what I want. I wanted to
Yeah.
stop that, bars, the divide. Oh, okay, I can just do this hair. I cannot do that hair. Oh my God, I'm
Yeah.
white. Oh, you black. Or I'm Latina. I don't care. If you have
Yeah.
two hands and your two hands look like me, you're not missing anything. You got
Yeah.
this. And even if you're missing a finger, you will be fine. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I mean, I'm just being, honest. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I think everybody's capable to do anything, and that's what I want to put up there. I want to put up there, and if you sit on my class, you will see there is so much diversity, and
Yeah.
I love that. I like to look and see the diversity. I like to look how people get, inspired and empowered after they leave the class, and those are my biggest goals for 2020. You share as much as possible, give back, and continue to be me. And
Yeah. Well, everything that you embody and everything that you are is just so absolutely inspiring. And if any of the listeners are interested in maybe joining you or helping you or donating, where can they go? Would you be able to send me some sort of link that we can put up on the website? So if they're interested in joining you or contributing, they can do that?
yes, totally. Yeah, I'm planning to get help from brands and stuff like that. But of course, I've been getting so much help from a stylist. So in my head was, oh, I think, the bigger picture. I have to reach out to brands to do this humanitarian thing. And then I look at myself and I get so many DMs from just stylists, salon owners. And I was like, okay, so that means people feel it. They want to be
Yes.
involved. They believe in it. So definitely I create an email, and I haven't created a website yet. I've been so busy, but that's coming up. But I mean, if people can DM me,
Okay.
I can email back all the information. And it's something really new. I just, legally got approved by the state, everything last month. So it's super, super new.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for using your platform to help me to
Sure.
share my message. And definitely Instagram is the best way to reach Leysa, I would say. There is
Yeah.
two different emails there, and it's a website. My website is there too. And I can wait. I can wait to be able to share or get some stylists along the way with me and travel the world and help
Yeah.
others.
Well, we will certainly make sure, on our website and our Instagram and everything that, everybody knows what your Instagram is so that way they can reach out to you and, we can get this, help as much as we possibly can. So it's a great cause. And that's what the America Salon Academy is all about. And I love that you work with curly hair and textured hair. You are such a leader, when it comes to that. I think so many people look up to you in that sense. And so I'm so glad that you've stepped in and stepped up and, people can just look to you and realize that hair is hair.
Yep. And that's what I want. That's what I want when I start doing curly hair. I was scared. Nobody taught me, I never took a class in beauty school, and I get it. That's the first thing I say, people, this is a safe place when you're with me, because we didn't learn this in beauty school. I'm not here to just like point the finger on you. Oh, why you don't do black people hair? Or why you don't do, it's just not about that. It's just reality. We don't learn it in beauty school. There is
Right.
a little bit of division in that, and it's okay. We all together can do this. We all together can make it happen. And if I can put like a little bit of my input into it, I feel really grateful and happy that people, feel open to listen, at least.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, took me a while, took me so many nights not sleeping, took me a lot of free time that I did free hair,
Right.
in order to figure out all the techniques that I teach. And I mean, I'm not gonna stop. This is just the beginning, and I can wait. And that's why I
Yeah.
think I share so much, because that allows me to also create new things all the time. Because I feel like, okay, if I share everything I know, 3 months from now, everybody's gonna know that. So what am I gonna be doing next? So that
Yeah.
pushed me myself also to be better, to improve my craft, to create new techniques, and I'm obsessed with that challenge. Literally turns me on to
Yeah.
to challenge myself, and to just like put it up there and challenge others.
So, how does it make you feel knowing that you are one of the biggest leaders in our industry currently with textured hair?
I mean, to be honest, I don't feel that way. I try to keep myself like grounded all the time. And when people sometimes mention to me, I'm like, ooh, that sounds weird. But it feels really empowered. I think I feel really empowered. And I feel now that I have, if I would say that I have a commitment with the industry, I have a commitment with the people, and that's what I see it. I see it. Okay, Leysa, you cannot stop right now. It just, I get
Right.
tired. I don't want to travel every weekend. Sometimes I just want to spend time with my family and not do nothing. But at this point, I'm like, okay, this is beyond me. This is a legacy that I want to
Yeah.
leave up there. This is something that I believe, and I want people to feel the same way. I want people to see they can do this, and I want million lasers up there doing what I'm doing. I remember when I started teaching curly hair, wasn't that many people teaching about curly
Right.
hair. Now it's like so many that even come to me and they're like, "Oh my God, you inspired me. Thank you so much." And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like get really, really happy about it. So that's what I see it now at this point. Is like, okay, what else I can do?
Yeah, it's very much missing in our industry, and I see you coming through, and I see your Instagram, and I see how beautiful and elegant, and just you, like I said, you've just been such a leader to so many people, and I think you are certainly leaving a legacy and opening a very important door that has been, I don't want to say closed, but just overlooked, for a long time, and you're so needed right now in our industry. So, we're all so happy that you're here and you're showing up and you're showing us techniques and helping everybody through the textured and curly hair journey. Yeah. So one question that I do have for you is, how do you keep some sort of balance? Do you do meditation? Are you religious? Or what types of things do you do to maintain balance in
I
your
mean,
life?
I mean, I haven't found a balance. I'm not gonna lie. I crash many, many times. I just trying to find hobbies and find things that I like to do that keep my mind sometimes away from work. Because if I can work. If they have 3 more hours, I will work those 3 more hours. That makes sense.
Yes.
I'm a little workaholic and I hate it. So what I do, I try to enjoy life as much as I can. Like I think this year I did maybe like 3 or 4, like vacation trips. In one of them, I turned my phone off completely and I left it on my luggage. Inside my luggage, I didn't put it out the whole 5 days in Hawaii, and that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
When I go to Cuba, helped me a lot because over there is no internet, so my phone doesn't work. So that's my best time when I'm in Cuba because I get disconnected, I get grounded. There is just publicity everywhere. We just don't do nothing. We just like raw, and that helped me so much. So I try to find balance and schedule my vacations between the years so I can, go through that emotion. I just reset. Every 3 months, I reset. I take Sunday, I meditate, and I sit down and I reset. Okay, what you have done, what are you doing, what are you going, what are, what about those? Can you kind of move this one around? Like I move things around a lot because I don't want to be so hard to myself.
Yeah.
Even that I want to accomplish everything. Everybody wants to accomplish things, right? But you have to be honest to yourself. There is some things that will take a little longer, and you have to be okay with that. And I talk to myself a lot. I think I'm on the better space that I ever been. I'm 39 years old. I mean, I grew up really fast, so I'm kind of like, I know how to check myself
Yeah.
and to give myself what I want and what I need exactly when I have to do it, if that makes sense. Doesn't mean that I found balance, but at least I know when I need to stop and put myself in a check. That makes sense.
Yes.
I try to meditate a little bit when I take showers, nighttime. I wish if I can do more yoga. I might do 3 classes a month, something like that. But I try to work out a lot. That's my time that I release all the toxins from my organs and muscles and my mind. And,
Yeah.
you know, so that is a super nice sweat that I go through it. Early in the morning, I don't drink coffee. So that's my coffee and my refill for my whole day. And I function mentally and physically my best when I work out. So that's basically what I do. A lot of wine. I drink a lot of in moderations, but I do. Like I don't get drunk or I don't finish the bottle, but you know, I know what I need. Okay, I need a glass of wine right now, you know. And I go to bed so good. Like I've been having so much trouble to sleep. Like I sleep the first 4 hours and the other 3 I'm thinking in what I have to do, how to make things better. And if I can pull my notebook and my pen, I can start working at that time. But I force myself to not do that. My troubles are with sleeping and finding balance.
Well, you're not alone. You know, there's a lot of us. And that's why I asked that question, is because balance is really hard to find. But I think you're describing it beautifully, where it's basically just listening to yourself and understanding what you need to find strength, you know, and when to just sort of give in and turn your phone off, you know. And I think that that's exactly sort of all where we're all at, you know, together. But Leysa, thank you so much for being here with me today. And I realize that time is extremely valuable, and I appreciate you sharing your time with us today. I'm Colie Otzel, and you've been listening to America's Salon Academy Conversations. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. If you haven't yet, go to Apple Podcast, subscribe, review, and rate this podcast. Join me every other week for another America's Salon Academy conversation. Thank you for listening.